It is no secret that techno producers love ostinatos, like this one. Or even this. Contrary to popular beliefs, ostinatos can work amazingly in other genres as well. Take a look at the bridge over here. Or the ear candy right here. Or in this one, the drum is created by this repeating ostinato arp. So don't sleep over them. Techno and vocal morphing is kind of glued together. Do you probably immediately think about this one?
You just go tell her.
You can do much more with vocal morphing. Take for example this female vocal sample.
The kingdom.
The trick is going for beats or tones so that the vocal turns into something different. Click on shift and morph this up. Look what happens to the vocal now.
Kingdom.
The more you morph, the weirder it will sound. I like this part. Let's take this, let's chop it up, add some effects and put a beat under it. Cool, isn't it? Give it a try. Next time I need something different. Parallel compression is a technique where you blend hard compressed signal with a soft uncompressed signal, and we all use it on our drums. But many techno producers use a variant of parallel compression to get that aggressive in-your-face lead sounds. Created parallel chain, the first thing will be an aggressive distortion. And then multiband compression to skew the mids and the highs. And then blend in with the original sound until you are happy with the results. Without. Techno producers like to create random percussions to give the groove to the track. Let's take this kick and rumble. Bring in a simpler, bring in a sample that you like. Now create random pattern, something like this. Create driving lines like this. Try to play around with velocities. Now we have this. Then a groove. A bit EQ, flanger, and then parallel filter modulation, and reverb, and sidechain the kick. And then you can play around with the tuning to see which one fits the track best. That's it! If you have watched the video until now, please consider like and subscribe. It is free, but it really helps me a ton. Modulating your hats. Let's take this simple hat. And let's use the first LFO to modulate the decay. And let's take it to the next step, take another LFO, make it random, and modulate the attack, release, and the detune. Without? Wait. If you need some movement on your percussions, try this. Using reverbs and delays and creating ramble bass is one of the hallmark sound of techno. But do you know that you can use ramble regardless of genre to add a little bit depth to your low end? Let's take this ghost kick, create another channel, route that channel to the kick. I have a detailed explanation of ramble bass here. Take a look at that if you want to. But for now, EQ, reverb, overdrive, EQ. Now this part is a bit more important for other genres because you want to smooth out the sound. So we bring in a multiband compression, compress the bass and low end very much, and take off the highs. Now we have this smooth background, and of course sidechain the original kick, cut to super lows. And now you can blend it with the original sound to give this depth into your low end. Accented offbeats. Techno is built on strong on-beat low end. And to break this, techno utilizes accented offbeat sounds. Make it even stronger. You can use this in any genre if you want to break up your on-beat strong sounds. In techno, we deal a lot with the sub bass. Listen to this. Listen to sub bass here. It's a bit doomy, isn't it? The way you deal with it, get a multiband compression. I'm gonna go for again Multiband 6 with the smooth algorithm. The trick is having really slow attack and release. Listen how it gets smoother when we turn this on. Without. With. So when you have to deal with a lot of sub bass, try this method. FM synthesis or additive synthesis is one of the backbone of weird sounds in techno. Take a look at this example. We have a simple sine wave. Now look what happens if I take a sine wave, tune 3 half note above, it starts to modulate the frequency of that sine wave. You start to remember this sound, don't you? And then you add a little bit of reverb maybe, and this is the bass sound of your donk sounds in techno. You can take it one step further. Now we are using analog oscillators and frequency modulate them from another analog oscillator. So whenever you need this kind of aggressive or weird sounds, give it a try. FM synthesis can really open up your sound palette. One of the biggest problems of the modern producers is really overcrowding the tracks because we have so many available tools. And if you need a bit of inspiration, take a listen to the techno tracks because techno oftentimes build upon the minimalism. You can take notes how elements are utilized and apply similar techniques to make your tracks more focused and less crowded. I have more producers trick over here. Take a look.